Hey, hi, hello, and how you doing, guys? So I kind of want to just make this video as like a synopsis of how Vidcon 2016 went. As you guys probably see from the vlogs, there wasn't much footage, and yet there is somehow 30 minutes in a couple of the, some of the videos were like 30 minutes long. Yeah, that was mostly filler, but basically what happened, I got really sick the first day, and it was horrible because I literally couldn't leave our hotel room. I was just sick to my stomach and in pain, and actually was afraid that it was my appendix because I still have mine, and my brother just had his out recently, and one of my friends had theirs out recently, and from what I was describing, they said, this could most likely be your appendix. And I'm like, okay, just gonna keep this between a couple friends, not gonna tell my best friend because it was her birthday and her first con, and she was in LA, she's from Texas, and I was just like, I'm not gonna ruin this for her, I'm just gonna power through. And honestly, I probably could have done more at the con if it, even feeling this sick, but a big issue I had with VidCon this year was the goddamn security. Or security, you might want to say, because it was literally just a bunch of people standing around pretending like they were security. Basically, because of what happened with, I don't know the young girl's name, God rest her soul, but it was a singer who was a YouTuber who was shot at a show, I think about a week before VidCon. And it freaked the whole YouTube community out, and because there was a huge major convention coming up, they were like, oh my god, what if something happens, and I think the Orlando shooting had happened not long before that too, so everybody was just frazzled and frightened. So they upped security, and what they think upping security means is blocking off certain areas at VidCon, unless you had the proper clearance, which I might add, and I wish I had gotten footage of this. I should have recorded it every time I saw it. It was the most asinine thing ever. I kept getting stopped, even though you could clearly see my badge. Like, the badges, they're not as big as they were last year. Last year, it was like wearing a fucking plaque on your neck. But, like, the badges are clearly big enough to see, and it's purple, and creator has purple, community has red, I think, industry is yellow, and then featured creators I think is purple and yellow. But it's still a very large badge. I think this is still one of my bigger badges. WonderCon ones are only this big. Actually I have one over there, I can't show it because it has something on it that I don't think I'm allowed to show people. but yeah, look at my flesh. But wearing this, you could see it. You could see that it's a badge. It's legit. And it's the same security too. And I know there's a lot of people, but I don't know. We kind of stood out because it was a group of 9 people almost every day. And that wasn't even all of us. I mean, some days there was all 15 of us together. But please excuse my nose. I have really horrible allergies, and they're going nuts right now, and I have no idea why. I think it's because I cleaned my room and I kicked up a bunch of dust. But so excuse me if I'm stuffy and sniffly. But yeah, a huge problem with this is just they kept stopping me consistently. But the thing is, there was 2 people there, so when they would stop one person, 3 people would walk by. And their idea of blocking off the areas was just using movie theater rope, or the it's not even rope, it's a tape thing. Oh god, I wish I knew what it was called. But the thing is, you click it and it just and whips off and whacks you in the face. Not saying that's ever happened, because I've never screwed around with those things. Anywho, but a big problem I kept seeing was people would just duck under them, 2 feet away from a security guard, and they would just duck under it and get away with it. And it's That's exactly why we need security, to prevent that. Not to make sure I have a badge every goddamn day, but that people aren't just sneaking in. And, you know, I kept seeing people without badges going around, and I'm pretty sure I saw a shit ton of people without badges walking around. Or, you know, they were in an area where they shouldn't have been, like a community member in the creator area. I saw that a lot. What we've seen in the past is people who have creator badges will go upstairs, and because there's like balconies and stuff, you can just drop down your badge to somebody and then just go up. And nobody gives a shit. And it's just like, I understand good and fun and all that, but you're kind of like ripping off other people doing that, because, you know, we do have to pay more for a creator badge. And for people who are creators and not just fangirls who want to get a little more up and close and personal with their favorite YouTubers, and I'm sorry I'm talking like this because it seems kind of shitty, but I'm sorry, this pisses me off year after year. You know, I got this badge this year because I have a channel, and I love my channel, and I love my friends who, you know, help me with it, and I love that I have friends who are in the industry and like who are bigger creators than me, and or creators that are on the same level as me or worse than me, you know, etc., etc. But I got this because I want to learn. I got this because I want to be a good YouTuber. I want to make content that I'm proud of, and I want to make content that people want to see or don't want to see. I don't care. Like, I don't care if it's you know, the it thing that I'm making, or, you know, the most socially outcasted shit ever. I don't care. I'm a creator. That's why I have a creator badge. I'm not just some fangirl who wants one-on-one time with Jacksepticeye or fuck, I don't even know. I don't fucking know who was at panels and shit this year, because like, that was the other thing that was a big problem, is not normal creators, but like the big creators, like the people who were invited guests and stuff like that, were actually not allowed to walk the floor. And I was absolutely shocked by this, because I understand that like some creators have huge fan bases, but there are other ones that have like really nice, calm fans. Like I love seeing Smosh games at Vidcon, and like this is my best example. You know, it's a group of like, how many people are in the? I think like 7 people. I think it's like a group. 6. I know math. Well, I guess if you count Matt Rob, it's 7. So yeah, about 6-7 people. You know, they're popular. It's a channel with almost 7 million subscribers. A very loyal fan base. You've got the SGA and normal Smosh games, and then you have Smosh fans, and then Smosh Squad fans. But I have never, in all the conventions in like the last year that I've gotten to know them and been at conventions with them and walked the floor with them, they have never gotten mobbed. Ever. You know, it's not a threat to have them walk around on the floor. But what broke my heart too is that I've gotten to know these guys, and they love seeing their fans. They love interacting with them. And the times that we've gotten to spend where we're like, I've gotten to walk around with like Mari and Sohinki and Wes and Joven, and just like actually be around them and observe, you know, how they do business and how they just interact with people. It's so fun, and it's so nice, and it's relaxing, and it's like, it's not a moment where I'm a fan and a creator. We're just people. And I feel like we need that so much in the YouTube community nowadays, because it's just idol and fan. It's no longer just people. And I think when we start creating these boundaries, like, you know, hey, you can't touch them, you can't get anything signed, you can't get a photo with them, you can't do shit. It's saying that they are this idol to be put on a pedestal. And yeah, they are special people. They are, you know, a bit, I don't want to say more important, but there's a different priority to them than to us. But I feel like what they did at VidCon this year was more for the creator, or like the big creators, than it was for the fans. If you want to add security for the sake of the fans and the creators. Don't half-ass your job. Either do it or don't. Don't be the guy standing there stopping teenage girls while you see grown adults going under the tape, just walking past. Because that's something I noticed too. It was teenage, girls and boys who got stopped. But adults could just go by. Is it just because they think adults are more trustworthy? They think the little teenage girl with booty shorts is the threat? Or do they think, hey, that guy without a badge who just snuck under the tape, do you think that's a threat? Do you think that's a problem? And like, if that wasn't enough, this year I saw the EMTs, and then I read on Twitter what happened. There was a kid who was in line to see, I think, Rice Gum, or is just one of those YouTubers or Viners. I don't fucking know, because that's not my part, not my neck of the woods of YouTube. But I was seeing this tweet come up a lot, and it turns out this kid, like, got his nose broken because of this just clusterfuck of a bunch of people. And I think he was just, like, in line, like, actually in line to see the person he was there to see. Like, he wasn't somebody just, like, bum rushing him, or just, out of bounds, kind of, what's the right word, like, I'm sorry, there's, like, a million thoughts going on right now. But, like, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just, like, trying to see this kid, or adult, I don't know who fucking Rice Gum is, but I've heard the name. But, like, he was just trying to see him, and he was just in line, and he got his fucking nose broke because it got so overcrowded in the area that they were in because of how they arranged the security. And if any of y'all have ever been to VidCon, you know the area where there's, I think it's the Kia stage? I don't remember the name exactly, but, like, basically, like, say this is the park outside, and, like, these are the doors. There's, like, this big round area, and then there's a stage, and then there's a fountain, and then there's some seats. Like, it's, like, cement seats, or what are they called? Like cement stadium seats kind of thing. And what happened was they blocked off, like, from here to here. So, like, the stage is here, you can't really get behind it, and then it's blocked off on the sides. So the big problem is that in these little sections between the stage and the doors, they got so fucking clustered. They were so clustered and so congested that you had to just, like, go in and part the fucking Red Sea. It was so claustrophobic, and, like, I have really horrible anxiety and, like, really horrible, like, not just social anxiety, but, like, being in really crowded places scares the shit out of me, especially when I'm with a bunch of friends. I'm so scared I'm gonna turn around and they're gone and I have no idea what to do. Because it's such a huge place, I can't get good cell phone reception. The best I could do is go back up to the hotel room, but then I don't want to freak them out when they don't see me there. Because we had that happen. When we were at Disneyland, a couple of us got separated, our phones were dead, we were scared shitless. And it's just so fucking scary to get separated. And then there's, like, the anxiety on top of that. And what happened because of the security being just so, what's the term? Pigeonholed. It was just so pigeonholed. I think that's the right term. I hope it is. It was just so squeezed everywhere that I had just, like, rolling panic attacks. And there was one day where I had to spend most of the day in the hotel room because I was just shaking and I couldn't breathe and I just felt like shit the entire day. And that was, it was the second day because I was in my Danny costume. I felt so awful because, like, I wanted to be with my friends in our costumes, like, looking like the fucking grumps, and, like, I spent all morning making Sarah look like Susie, and I wanted to at least be with her, and, like, so we were Dan and Susie at least, because it was recognizable, and, like, Carson was Holly, and, like, you could tell we were grumps, and it was just, like, and I just feel so horrible because that happened, and, like, I felt bad because I was having panic attacks, and I couldn't do anything about it. And then Sarah, like, came up to the room with me and stayed with me for, like, a good couple, like, an hour or two, and then I felt bad because then she was missing the con, and, like, she missed, you know, being in her cosplay, seeing panels, seeing people, and I felt so bad. I felt so bad because of it all, and I was just like, I just felt so bad. But, like, and now looking back, it's like, it's not entirely my fault of, like, having panic attacks. It's like, it was just how it was arranged, and I can't imagine that I was the only one there feeling like that. Like, I remember a couple of my friends were saying, like, oh my god, it's so, you know, congested, it's so packed, like, I'm getting nervous, I don't like this, and I'm like, I don't like it either, let's move, let's get going. I don't know, I'm rambling here, but it's just like, there were so many fucking wrong things about VidCon this year that I just, I hope they fix next year, because, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I really don't want to go next year. And that breaks my heart because, like, last year was so important for all of us because it was the very first time that, like, a lot of us met each other. Like, it was the first time I met all the girls. Like, I met Michelle and Kathy and Nisa and Kitty and Chewy. Who else did I meet? I think I met Sammy that year, and I didn't even realize, and I met her this year again. I was like, hi, you're Sammy. And I looked at some pictures, and I was like, oh shit, you were with us last year. I'm sorry. Sammy, if you see this, I'm so sorry, love. I didn't realize you were part of our group last year. It was, but yeah, I met so many, like, and it was so important, because, like, it was my first time meeting everyone at Smosh Games, especially Wes, and, like, I got to see Mark again, I met Wade again, and, like, it was such an important year, and it was, like, a couple days after I had just moved to LA, so, like, I was already kind of, like, in this euphoric state of, like, I'm somewhere new, by myself, holy shit. And then this year was so special because we had Steve come all the way from New Zealand. Like, it was such a big deal for him to come to the States, and then Chewy got to come back to the States, and, like, Michelle was here, I met Patty, I met, oh god, I think this was the first time I met Mel, this was the first time I met Chrissy, I got to see Carson again, I got to see Ariana again, Chiz again, I met Squirrel Horse for the first time, god, who else, I saw Dick Durgan again, I already said Chiz, didn't I? I don't know, that little guy keeps popping up everywhere, but, like, it's just, like, every year keeps getting better for us personally, but it's, like, the con keeps getting worse, and I don't want that getting in the way of me seeing my friends, and seeing the people I love, and the people I care about, because this legit is the only time I can see them. You know, Steve can't just come over from New Zealand whenever he feels like, you know, Chewy can't come from Scotland whenever she feels like, we need to get Kitty back from goddamn Canada. God damn it, Canada. But come back. But you know, we can't have Kitty come down all the time. We can't, you know, Keith came from fucking Belgium, I think. I don't know. I know it's somewhere in Europe. I'm sorry, Keith. I don't know my Europe. But she came for KCON, and I met her for the first time, and it was just like, oh, Danny! I met Danny for the first time. Holy shit, that was the other one. I knew there was someone else. But, like, I met Danny for the first time, and just, like, not everyone... Oh, and Joey, I met Joey for the first time. Fucking, and Carly, I met Carly for the first time. It's just, there were, like, 15 people with us, so it's like, I'm very sorry if, like, I can't remember everybody. It's just like, wait, who else was there? I feel like there was someone else there. My spidey sense. Who else? But, sorry. I had some Mountain Dew earlier, so I'm kind of spazzing. But, I'm full of tacos and Mountain Dew. Can you believe I'm single? Jesus Christ. I'm derailing fast. I just really hope that they get their shit together, VidCon, and I want us to make more memories. I want us to be happy. I want us to enjoy the con, and I actually want to be at the con. And yes, granted, this year I was sick, but what I proved to myself was, like, I went to Disney Day still feeling sick, and I felt fine. I felt fine the entire time because, like, I was in pain, but the anxiety wasn't there. Like, the anxiety just makes it 10 times worse, and, like, that's what made it so unbearable, because, like, my body was physically hurting and then emotionally hurting, and it was like, nope, you need to be alone in a cold room, just, oh. But, I want us to have our place. I want it to be our thing, to go to VidCon and have fun, and to get to share those memories too with the YouTubers that we love, like when we get to see Smosh Games and hang out with them, and like the times I get to see Wade and like Mark. And we didn't get to see Jack this year, which was a bummer, but like I got to see Vernon again, which was amazing. Like, he's just like the coolest, nicest guy on earth, and I'm not saying that like as like hyperbole or anything. He is the nicest guy I think I've ever known. God bless his little Korean soul, but like he's so self-deprecating, and we actually talked about this, but it's just like, I wish him all the happiness, love, and confidence in the whole wide world, because he's so fucking nice, and just, he's awesome. He's really, really awesome. And if you don't know who I'm talking about Vernon from Hot Pepper Gaming and Game Grumps. Vernon Shaw. He's just something else. He's something else. He's so nice. Like, I was tweeting him because we did a Game Grumps cosplay, and he knew about it, and because one of my friends was dressed as him, but the day that we were dressed like that, he didn't get to see us, so I was like, hey, why don't you come by, or, come find me, because he was walking around meeting people. I was like, hey, come find me, I'll at least show you a picture or something, or at least come and meet the girl who was dressed like you. So we were just like tweeting each other, and I was like, where are you? And he was like, I'm wandering around, and I'm like, come find me, bruh. And I'm like, I'm by the Snickers stage, and he's like, you want to fight? And I was like, fun. I don't know, the tweets are there somewhere, but we were about to like stage a little fight, and I was just like, I'm like twice your size, how about no? Oh god, it was so much fun. And like, you can see in the vlog, like when I caught him like sticking out his tongue, it was just, I'm rambling about Vernon, I don't know why. But yeah, VidCon, but you see, like, I got to make a memory like that, and it was because Vernon shouldn't have been wandering the floor. Ooh, he broke a rule. But you see, he got to do that, and then he got to make memories with me and with my friends, or like, we got to make memories with him and stuff like that, and nothing bad came out of it. It's just like, I feel like they really jumped the gun on security. I'm kind of going like 360 with this. What I love about VidCon when I'm there is I feel like an equal to the YouTubers that I get to meet, and especially this year because I'm a creator now, and I feel like an equal with them. I'm not just this little fan who wants a photo. I'm someone that I feel like I could just sit and talk with them about like videos, and when you have ideas that you don't know what to do with, or just I don't know, like it just, I don't know, I'm getting upset now. But it's just a clusterfuck of things. It's just, I want that equality to come back. I want to feel like we're in a community and not just a zoo. If that makes sense. I think I said this in another video, or I said this in like private conversations with somebody, but I feel like VidCon became a zoo for YouTubers. Like, you pay a certain amount of money to just maybe see the YouTubers you want to see. Like you guys have, if any of y'all have ever been to a zoo before and it's like, I want to see the fucking Siberian tiger, and you go and he's hiding under a log, and it's like, shit. But you're like, well, I paid money, I should see him, or I should see it, I want to see the kitty. It's like, no, that's not how it works. But I mean, granted, I'm not comparing a YouTuber to, like, a vicious animal, but I'm just saying that, like, that's how I feel when I go to VidCon. It's just, like, I would rather just see them as equals and people, like, we should all be there for YouTube and, like, for the community and for, like, the sake of wanting to create and, like, learn about creating and stuff like that. Not so much just, hey, come take a photo with this guy with a bunch of views and just shit like that. Like, come self-promote yourself and just do stupid shit like this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of done with VidCon. Like I said, I don't want to lose this special thing I have with my friends. I want VidCon to stay our thing. But with the way that VidCon is going, and granted, some people have told me that, like, oh, it's getting better, because, like, apparently VidCon 2014 was a terrible thing. I wasn't there, I was still in Texas, but, it's getting better in certain lights, but I think it's more like it's getting better in little ways and getting worse in big ways. And it's getting to the point of, like I said, I don't really want to go next year, and I love conventions, I love seeing my friends, but VidCon is such a clusterfuck. It really is, and I really hope that they don't do this whole huge security measures next year like they did this year. I think it was just kind of overbearing, it was overwhelming, and just too much. It was just ridiculous, and I really just hope they take into consideration that, 90% of the people who go to VidCon are like 12, or they're just fans. They're just normal, like, kids. And thank you, computer. You're so nice. You're so nice, you stupid piece of shit. Sorry, my computer wasn't reading CDs earlier, and it was making me angry, because I just wanted to watch a fucking movie. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna stop talking about this, because, wow, this is almost 30 minutes long. Oh, fuck. My favorite to edit something 30 minutes long. Okay, so I'm done. I'm gonna shut up now. Like I said, main points, just too much. It was too much this year, and like I said, I'm someone, and yeah, I'm a very special case in the sense of, like, I was sick, and I have anxiety problems and disorders and shit like that, and it made it very overwhelming for me to be there with that kind of claustrophobia, and just clusterfuckery, if that's a word. It was overwhelming. Like I said, though, personally, though, like, it was fantastic outside of the con. Like, Disney Day was, oh my god, Disney Day was just unforgettable, and, like, it was fucking unforgettable, and just, I got to spend my first time in Disneyland with my best friends, and I'll never ever forget that. And, like, no matter what souvenirs I have, what photos I have, the video I have, the feelings I have in my heart from that day, and the memories are never ever gonna go away, and I'm trying not to tear up. Fuck. Something like that is unforgettable. And it was because I got to focus more on being there with my friends than worrying about my surroundings. And hopefully VidCon next year will be like that. I hope they get everything sorted out. And my friends and I have been talking about this, I really hope they kind of buckle down a little more with, like, badge certification and shit like that. I really feel like they need to, check in on people who are buying badges. And yes, I know that's a lot of people, but I'm talking about people who buy industry badges. Nisa, you know what I'm talking about when I say this, because we have this conversation every single year, how we see, like, kids younger than us. Like, I'm almost 21, admittedly, but I see, like 15, 14, And I don't want to think that anyone under 14 is doing this, but there possibly could be. I don't know. I can't tell a fucking 18-year-old from a 12-year-old anymore. I've hit that age. I can't fucking tell who's... It's like, as soon as you leave the threshold of 19, like, you're no longer a teenager, you can't fucking tell who's a teenager anymore. It's like, I'm tired, I'm winding down, but, oh, my point was, they buy industry badges, or their parents buy them industry badges, and if you don't know what an industry badge is, it is a badge that someone who kinda, it's like, you either work for or you represent a company when you go to a convention. Like, say I worked for fucking Nintendo, you would get a badge for Nintendo, or for Vidcon, through, like, because of Nintendo, and you represent them while you're there, or you do special industry type things for them, and yeah, that kind of shit. And we see, like, teenagers with it, and this is the other thing, I think Nisa told me, I think it's like a fucking, like, oh god, my badge was $175, I think, or $150. It's in that kind of range. I think the industry badges are like $200-$300. Like, they're really expensive. So that means these teenagers are getting their parents to shell out hard-earned money for that shit. And they probably aren't even using the badges. They probably just want to look fancy or just want to go behind the scenes to, catch their favorite YouTuber doing something. It's fucking annoying. It was fucking annoying. It always is. And then, like, you see, like, 5-year-old and 8-year-old with creator badges because they wanted to go to, like, smaller panels and shit to see their favorite creators, and it's like, no, don't. Or, like, I don't know. I kind of wish they would kind of, like, confirm if you're an actual creator, like, you're someone who actually makes videos, maybe even, like, they don't have to be, like, regular videos, but, like, it actually has to, like, show that you're putting fucking effort in having a channel. And, like, you are a creator. You're not just somebody who really fucking wants to see their favorite YouTuber. I don't know. It just bothers me. It's a fucked up system, and it just... Ugh. The only time I'll like, rationalize someone getting a creator badge over a community badge is when the community badges are sold out. Yeah. But the thing is, and this happened last year, and I don't know if it happened this year, creator badges actually sold out before the community ones, because I remember I ran into Ross, Holly, and Wade, and they had to get community badges because the creator ones were sold out. But the creator ones were sold out because of the reason that I said, because people buy the creator ones to get the perks. Oh. I'm gonna stop rambling, I'm sorry. Vidcon is such a love-hate relationship for me. And probably any of my friends could vouch for that, for them as well. There's just so much wrong and so little right that it's like, you don't know if you want to keep dealing with it. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm just glad this year's is over. I got to have the wonderful memories that I had with my friends, meet the friends that I've always wanted to meet, and do the things that I guess I didn't get to do much because I got so sick. But hey, c'est la vie. It's life. But yeah, I'm excited. I love Kamikaze and WonderCon, and those are the next two. Although WonderCon's not till, like, I think February next year, but Kamikaze's next. And I love these two conventions because they're much calmer and much smaller, and we have a much smaller group. I think it's just me, Kathy, and, like, me, Kathy, Nisa, and one of Nisa's friends. I think this is also the one that Chiz comes to. I don't know. It's so much smaller, and it's so much calmer, and it's just gonna be so much nicer. And it's a great, and, like, I like the conventions that are in the that aren't in Anaheim. Like, these are the ones that are, like, in downtown LA. It's nice because our hotel is, like, right there, and we can just walk over, and, like, there's tons of restaurants. And it's a good area. Like, it's a really good area. It's made for conventions. Unlike, like, going for the Anaheim ones where we're in the middle of downtown Disney, and, like, it's kind of a clusterfuck because there's people there for Disney and then there's people there for the conventions, so it's just like, meh. Okay, I'm gonna shut now. Now it's 35 minutes long. Fuck. Just fick. But yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm done rambling. I need to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. If I could edit, I would do that. Just the shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Shutting up now. This is Kira. Shutting up now. But I hope you guys have a good day, week, month, and year. You deserve it.